In February 2013, a hotel guest in downtown Los Angeles turned on their bathroom tap and noticed the water had a strange taste. Dark, metallic, almost rotten. They weren't the only ones. Several guests had been complaining about low water pressure, about discoloration, about something off. Hotel maintenance went to investigate, and what they found would ignite one of the most disturbing mysteries in modern internet history. It all centers around one name, Elisa Lam. Elisa was a 21-year-old university student from Vancouver, Canada. She loved books, she loved photography, she was a daughter, a friend, and someone who carried both light and shadows. She had been diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression, but she never let those things define her. She wrote openly about her struggles on her blog, sharing her thoughts with striking honesty. Early 2013, Elisa decided to take a solo trip along the U.S. West Coast. San Diego, Santa Cruz, Los Angeles. She checked in regularly with her family, until suddenly, she didn't. On January 26th, she arrived in L.A. and checked into the infamous Cecil Hotel, a once grand building that had since earned a much darker reputation. The Cecil Hotel is infamous. It's been the site of suicides, overdoses, and murders. In the 1980s, serial killer Richard Ramirez, known as the Night Stalker, lived on the top floor. Locals call the place cursed. Some say evil lives in the walls. Whether or not you believe that, Elisa ended up there. She was originally assigned to a shared room, but within 2 days her roommates requested that she be moved. They said she was acting strange, writing notes to them, locking the door, talking to herself. So the hotel gave her a private room. She was last seen on January 31st, and then she was gone. Parents, worried after not hearing from her, contacted the LAPD. Flyers went up. Police searched the building. Dogs combed the hallways. No trace, no leads. Then, days later, they released a piece of surveillance footage. That video would haunt the internet for years. The elevator footage. Elisa enters the elevator. She presses multiple buttons, then steps back. She leans out, looking around. She jumps back in, hides, steps out again. She waves her hands oddly, as if speaking to someone, or something that isn't there. And then, she vanishes. The video went viral overnight. People around the world watched it on loop, searching for clues. Was she being followed? Was she hallucinating? Was it a ghost? But there was still no sign of Elisa, until the water complaints began. On February 19th, nearly 3 weeks after her disappearance, a hotel worker climbed to the roof, past the locked door, past the alarmed hallway, and opened one of the 4 massive water tanks. Inside, floating naked and lifeless, was Elisa Lam. Her clothes were found at the bottom of the tank. There were no signs of physical trauma, no drugs in her system. The coroner ruled her death an accidental drowning, caused in part by her bipolar disorder. But how did she get there? How did she bypass the alarmed doors? Why would she climb into a sealed water tank on her own? To this day, no one has the answers. Some believe she had a mental health episode and found her way up there alone. Others believe someone else was involved, someone who was never caught. Then there's the coincidence. Around the same time Elisa went missing, a tuberculosis outbreak hit Los Angeles' homeless population. The test used to detect the outbreak? It was called the Lam-Elisa test. Strange, but just a coincidence? Or something more? The Cecil Hotel has since been renamed, but its legacy remains. Elisa Lam's story has inspired documentaries, podcasts, Reddit threads, and urban legends. But in the noise, one thing must not be forgotten. Elisa was a real person. Not just a mystery. Not just a headline. She was someone's daughter, someone who laughed and wrote and tried to make sense of her place in the world. And whatever happened to her, whether it was a tragic accident or something darker, one thing is certain. We still don't know the whole truth. The building still stands, tourists visit, but its shadows never left. Elisa's journey was supposed to be about discovery. Instead, it became a mystery the world can't forget. Some say she lost her way. Others believe she saw something no one else could. Whatever happened in that hotel, Elisa Lam will never be forgotten.